that were it, then the whole thing would be something like Galaxy Exploration Agency. Which, if you ask me, I'd have abbreviated to GAXA, or even... is it Gaia? I guess so. Oh, I know, maybe the person who came up with the name just really likes the letter Y. This exchange is beginning to feel oddly like déjà vu. Anyway, this place is more than just a research facility. It's also a tourist attraction. Tourist attraction? Don't make me laugh. It's a monument to the human race. Galactic scooter, full speed ahead. What the fuck? Huh? Oh. He's on a Segway. Yikes. Who's this geezer and what's he want? Look upon me and look well. Behold the great power of space science. Pardon me, but you are... My glorious name is Yuri Cosmos. I am the director of the Cosmos Space Center. The center of the cosmos. Boss, that was pretty groan-inducing. If this person is the Space Center's director, then that means... So you were one of the first to discover Claire's body, weren't you? And who was the first to find the victim? Actually, there were two of them, and the other was Candice. The Space Center director. Yuri Cosmos. And Detective Candice Arm. That is correct. I was honoured to be the very first man in all of space and time to discover the body. But this talk of the incident, are you by any chance the Space Police? You can't tack the word space onto just any old thing, you know? We're Mr. Starbuck's lawyers. We're here to investigate his case. Oh, we're Earth lawyers, by the way. Ah, I see. Yes, I've heard about you. In that case, by my esteemed privilege, I grant you permission to investigate. I trust you are appropriately grateful. Now go ahead, have at it. I can already tell he's going to be nothing but trouble. Don't let him hear you say that, or you'll see what trouble really is. Let's just be professional and ask him about when he found the body, okay? Okay. Yuri Cosmos. So, as director, what do you do here, at the Space Center specifically? Defend peace across the galaxy and promote space development in this country. No matter what obstacles stand in our way, we keep going. For the sake of mankind. I believe I used the word specifically in my question. Attention all personnel. To your break stations. Prepare for break. Oh, I get it. You just wander around and tell people what to do in a self-important manner. That's exactly right, because I am an important man. My manner is important. Mr. Wright, this man doesn't get sarcasm. Well, there's bound to be some people like that. Here in the boundlessness of space. What's that? You want to know what it is that makes me important, specifically? Very well, I will tell you. I was the central figure of the Hat 1 project. You may proceed to be appropriately impressed. Now go ahead, have at it. I might be more impressed if I knew what he did for it, specifically. About the bombing. Could you tell us what you know about the incidents from the other day? I refuse. What? Explaining is a job for common folk. Not the director of the Center of the Cosmos. My testimony, which will go down in space history, will be heard in the courtroom. What? So, does that mean you'll be taking the stand tomorrow? That is correct. I will be the most glorious witness in the history of mankind. I'm not sure if he really understands what being a witness is all about. Looks like Director Cosmos is the type that only talks about what he wants to talk about. Then let's at least try to ask him about the things he might be willing to open up about. About Hat 1. He'll gladly talk about this, I don't doubt. So, the Hat 1 was a rocket that was launched into space 7 years ago, correct? And despite numerous problems, it somehow made its way back home. I suppose it is part of my job to educate ignorant young folk like you. Very well. I will impart to you the complete story of the Hat 1 project. Oh, thank you very much. Hat 1's noble mission was to collect samples from an asteroid, and Mr. Starbuck was the pilot for that flight. Eventually, the Hat 1 reached its planned orbit. From where it launched the Hope probe towards the asteroid belt. From there, the Hope probe began its long, lonely journey into the far reaches of space. Then, after a terrifying struggle, the Hat 1 returned safely to Earth. That struggle was when the incident known as the Hat 1 miracle occurred, right? Correct, and it truly was a miracle. Of course, they just had to turn the ordeal into a movie. As for the Hope probe, it did eventually arrive safely at its destination. It obtained a few samples from the asteroid and returned to Earth but a few days ago. So what kind of samples are they? What's in them? The samples are scheduled for analysis in the near future. We haven't had time since they just came back the day before Terran's murder. Regrettably, we've had no time to inspect the samples due to everything that's occurred. But this puts our space development program ahead of other countries by several years. That's quite impressive. I guess this guy isn't just a loudmouth braggart, after all. In the golden age of space development, our predecessors were successful in bringing a moon rock back. That is the greatest achievement in the history of this space center. The public fell in love with space and all of its glorious potential. Moon rock, huh? I remember that being big. Our endeavours with the moon rock lives on in our work with those asteroid samples. I want to bestow new hopes and dreams for the future upon mankind once again. That is my mission, as a man who stands at the centre of the cosmos. I hear there's lots of research into moon rocks and stardust from asteroids these days. They say the results could potentially have a huge impact on all of civilization. It's like we're in a new space race with every other country out there. What? Bite your tongue. It's not for anything. So, wait. It's not for anything so base as money or politics. Oh. It's all for the brilliant future that awaits mankind, and all for my illustrious mission. With the recent budget cuts, my staff tells me finances are tight, but I won't hear it. I guess even a space program has to watch its budget. By the way, you seem awfully knowledgeable about this kind of thing, Athena. Huh? Oh, well, you know, I thought I'd better brush up. The case. Is that so? Well, I'll be on my way. As you can see, I'm a very busy and very important man. Galactic Scooter, fire up the main engine, max battle speed, and engage. And there he goes. That thing is surprisingly fast. I guess we better get going too. You bet. Let's make it so. Okay. To the boarding lounge, I suppose. Phew. Oh, this must be where Terran was murdered. I can see the outline of the stick figure over there. So this is where Mr. Terran was murdered. Yeah, this is the lounge. Let's see that diagram. The police made again. Right now we're in the main building here on the right side, on the 3rd floor. Clay and Mr. Starbuck fled here from Launchpad 1 after the explosion. You there, no admittance without express permission. We're Mr. Starbuck's lawyers. We've come to investigate. Sorry, nobody gets in without permission, not even the police superintendent. Can't have Detective Fulbright getting mad at me. So, Detective Fulbright is here, huh? Yeah, he's in the Launchpad 1 corridor. Go get clearance from him and then we'll talk. Leave it to me. I'm great at getting intel out of Detective Fulbright. Let's see. What trick should I use on him today? I don't know if I should be grateful or afraid. So, to get to the Launchpad 1 corridor, we just have to go through that door with the blue rocket on it, I think. Wait, that door? Wait a minute. wasn't there... Was it blue or was it red? I could have sworn it was red. It looks awfully familiar. Good eye there, boss. Oh no, it was blue. Never mind. This is the door Clay and Mr. Starbuck used during their escape from the launch pad. Ah, that explains it. The fingerprint system has been deactivated, so I think we can just pass through. Now come on, let's go. Okay. Let's go to the corridor, I guess, then. Fulbright! Stop in the name of justice! So, Cosmos Space Center, Launchpad 1 corridor. So this is it, huh? This is the corridor the two of them used in their escape. Yep. This is the only thing connecting Launchpad 1 with the main building. I see police tape down at the other end. Guess we won't be looking at the launchpad. After the explosion, this whole corridor must have been filled with smoke. And the launch pad itself was probably a sea of flames. Must have been pretty scary for them. Now, where could Detective Fulbright be? Hey, I think that's him over there. There he is. What should I do? Which path is the path of justice? He seems to be lost. That's funny. This corridor is a straight shot. Huh? Ah, it's you lawyer people! Welcome to the Space Center. Enjoying a relaxing day off, are you? Here for a little rocket sightseeing? We're here to investigate the scene. Same as you. Do you have any info to share? Boss, if he acts at all reluctant to give us information, we hit him with whatever shall we do act, and I'm sure he'll fall for it. Got it? Are we trying to catch the unruly family dog here or something? Info on the case, huh? Alright. I'll gladly share some with you. Huh? What just happened? Detectives and lawyers, seeking truth and justice side by side. I like it. Just take whatever you want from me, you info bandits. I'm in a generous mood today. Okay. I don't know. There's something weird about Detective Fulbright today. Well, we need information, so let's run with it. If you say so. Alright, Fulbright. Spill the crime scene. Okay. So, Detective Fulbright, could you give us permission to investigate the crime scene? There's an officer on guard and we can't get in. Oh, whatever shall we do? That's an easy one. I'll let them know over there to let you in. Investigate to your heart's content. Take a week if you need it. A month even. Shall I have some snacks delivered? What? One of my men gives a mean neck rub. What is wrong with this guy? No, that's okay. Thanks. Definitely not the Fulbright I know. Detective Fulbright is acting sickeningly sweet. It's kinda gross, actually. Do you think he hit his head or something? Who knows? Whatever the case, it's making our lives way easier. Okay, what happened exactly? You were here at the Space Center at the time of the incident, time of the incidents, weren't you, Detective? That's right. I was here on a security assignment. The police are required to secure rocket launchers now. I didn't know that. Yes. Well, you know us. To serve and protect. The explosions occurred while I was here on duty, so I started leading the evacuation. He's leaving out a lot of details, but okay. Could you tell us more about what happened? Of course. A bomb went off on the second floor of the main building. Right after that, the one over in Launchpad 1 also blew sky high. So I immediately instructed the visitors and the employees to evacuate to the shelter. The shelter? That's right. There's an evacuation shelter in the basement of the Space Center. It's there for accidents and emergencies, and the like. So, where were you when the first bomb went off? I was on duty on the 4th floor. It was quite the madhouse, I tell you. The elevator wasn't working on account of the explosion. And the stairs on the 2nd floor were destroyed, so we couldn't go that way. Then, wasn't it impossible to get down to the basement shelter? No, we lowered an emergency ladder from a 4th floor window and escaped that way. It was a folding ladder, so it wasn't very stable, but at least it reached to the ground. After I secured the ladder, I left to take another look around for any other survivors. Once everyone else got out safely, I made my way down too and headed to the shelter. Well, what an ordeal. But climbing down an emergency ladder kind of sounds fun. Thank you for your answers, Detective. They were very helpful. Just a moment, I have some more information to share with you. But don't tell Prosecutor Blackwell, okay? Whoa. Wow, and Prosecutor Blackwell usually has you on a short leash too. Well, never mind that. I thought you should know that there was a witness. The witness? Could you tell us more about this witness? Sure thing. The witness was a Space Center employee who was on the 4th floor. While she was climbing down, she looked through a window into the 3rd floor lounge. So, she was looking into the crime scene from the outside. That's right. It was just a matter of chance that she saw something important. Not that I know what she saw exactly yet, though. You don't? Well, that's the most important thing of all. Don't you worry, I'll get around to interviewing her soon enough. She should still be somewhere here in the Space Center. You might even run into her. A 4th floor employee, huh? Alright, thanks for the info, Detective Fulbright. Gee, you sure are being cooperative, Detective. A little too cooperative, even. Yes, well... Actually, something you can't talk about? Yeah, something like that. Anyway, never mind. Don't worry about me. Well, I'll be on my way now. That's very odd. What was that all about? Something is definitely going on. I'm going to get it out of him next time I see him. Okay. I'm not so sure he'll talk about it, though. Well, we have permission to investigate now. Let's head back to the boarding lounge. Boarding lounge. I can investigate now. Hooray! Right, boarding lounge. Ah, you too. Detective Fulbright has granted you permission to investigate. He also said I should bring you some snacks or give you a neck rub too, if you like. That's alright, but thank you for the offer. Well, time to roll up our sleeves and start investigating. Now let's see. Where's that diagram again? So, this lounge is on the 3rd floor of the main building. And according to Apollo, this is where he believes a third party killed his friend. Right. Well, let's stop the recap and start looking for traces of this third person then. I agree. You read my mind, Athena. We'll make that our first priority. There's just one problem though. This room. It's huge! Oh, it's just so big. Don't worry. We can use this to help us. A Space Center pamphlet. For tourists. Yep, picked it up at the entrance. The maps inside should come in handy. Let's see. Yep, here it is. A map of the lounge. Oh, whoa. This is the door we went through to talk to Detective Fulbright. Oh yeah, that's the door with the fingerprint recognition lock. Well, I guess this map will make things a little easier. Okay. Space Center pamphlet added to the court record. Pamphlet for visitors to the Space Center. It includes a diagram of the boarding lounge. Yeah, no more excuses. Let's track down the third person. Wait, there's just one more thing. What's that strange creature moving around outside the window? Oh, boss. It's just a holographic image. Oh yeah, I knew that. Phew, that's a relief. There should be a button somewhere in this room to turn the image on and off. That's what it says in the pamphlet anyway. The only reason you're so eager to start is so you can push that button, isn't it? What's wrong with that? Let's just look for the button while we're looking for clues. Alright, fine. Let's get investigating. Examine time! So we're looking for... wait. Oh, I can just examine everything. At first glance, it looks like a peaceful landscape, but then there's that creature. Didn't the Hope probe go to some planet? Maybe this is what its surface looked like. I don't know. I think it would have made the news if they discovered a creature like that. It did make quite a bit of news, though, when the probe came back. Yeah, but the Hope probe didn't even go to a planet. It went to an asteroid. There's a big rock kind of thing. Even aliens can't live there. Okay, what else can I examine? Is that a chair? No matter how I look at it, all I can think of is torture device. But I guess it's a training device for getting used to zero gravity. Probably. Uh-oh, Athena has an odd glint in her eye. Is she trying to wait, is she thinking about trying that thing out? Doo-doo. I should try to stop her, but I'm afraid she'll just out-muscle me. Hey, Mr. Wright, look at that up there! Oh! Some kind of fragment, it's stuck in tight. Oh, so that's what the glint was all about. That colour looks familiar. I think it's part of an oxygen tank. I think you're right, but if that's here... it means Clay's tank ruptured after they arrived at the boarding lounge. So Prosecutor Blackwell's theory that Mr. Starbuck dropped Clay down the ladder must be wrong. This proves that both of the astronauts were alive when they reached the boarding lounge. So Apollo was right, the scene of the murder wasn't the launch pad. Way to go, Apollo! Okay, so there's that. Weird. What else is there? Is this? So it looks like there are 3 doors that lead in and out of this room. Well, let's check. Drum roll, please. Ta-da! The Space Center pamphlet. We're here at this place that says Boarding Lounge 1. Here are the 3 doors. Let's call them Lefty, Righty, and Downy. People usually say West, East, and South in a case like this, you know. Details, details. Anyway, take a look at the West door. Yeah, that's yeah. That door with the rocket icon leads to Launchpad 1. I know because it says here on the map, Launchpad 1 corridor. So that's where we were with the detective. It was filled with smoke after the explosion. Right, next up, the right-hand side of the map, or east, in your world. That's the door with the satellite dish icon to signify communication, aka the control room. Yep, it definitely says control room. Looks like it has another door on the opposite side. They communicate and exchange information with rockets and probes in space from there. So it's the center of the Space Center. The Space Center, if you will. Does everybody start to talk like Director Cosmos after they've been here a while? But it seems that they built a new command center on the 6th floor. That's what they used for the Hack 2 mission, so this control room was empty at the time. I've always wanted to see inside, or to see the inside of a mission control room, and since we're here, I'd love to do that too, but it doesn't look like we'll be able to. They want to keep curious kids like you out. Ha! So the door is protected with fingerprint recognition. Only the director can go through. With that much security, I'm definitely not the one they're looking to keep out, Athena. So apparently, the lock is also hooked up to a backup generator in case of emergencies. Alright, so control room door lock, added to the court record. So control room, door lock. The door lock to the east. It can be operated by the director. Backup power lets it function even when the power goes out. Okay, what about that last door? This lower door? Oh, excuse me. I mean, south door. It leads to the elevators. Oh. This is the door we came through when we entered this room, right? Yep, and of course, there was no fingerprint recognition device, so it's open to anyone. But the elevators weren't working at the time due to the explosion. Well, that's about it for the 3 musketeers of the boarding lounge. Thanks, understanding the layout of the lounge should help us understand the case. That's why I thought we'd better have a good grasp of where all the doors go. Right, okay, what else? We've flipped our view around. What's over here? Oh. Ooh, footprint. Here's another amazing piece of equipment. Walk on the surface of the moon, it says. Oh boy, I want to try it. Gravity is weak on the moon, so I bet I could do mid-air somersaults. We're still on Earth, remember? Besides, it's connected to the ceiling. Well, at least I could jump really high. There's a sign on the wall that clearly says, don't jump too high. Then what good is this thing? Didn't I say in the beginning, walk on the surface of the moon? Okay. I wanted to examine the footprint. Fine, whatever. What is this? What's this? A trapdoor? It's a trash chute. The cleaning robots throw the garbage out from here. The robots do the cleaning? What a futuristic world we live in. I just hope they don't revolt like they do in science fiction movies. No way. All the robots here are very nice. Actually, wasn't there one in the Launchpad 1 corridor? You can go say hi to it if you want. Okay, so there's that. Right, we need to change our perspective. Whoosh! Why does that not fucking... why didn't it work? Oh, there we go. I can examine the body from here. This is where they discovered Clay. Yeah, he was already dead when they found him. Let's take a look at the photo. So, he was sketched out like this and... Huh? What's that thing that looks like a thermos? That's the thing that Prosecutor Blackwell mentioned when I was in court with Apollo. He said that it contains asteroid samples. Oh right, Director Cosmos mentioned something about that too, didn't he? But they were brought back only 5 days ago by the probe that the Hat 1 launched. I wonder what they look like. Do you think they'll let us see? Let us think about that after we've solved the case, okay? So there's that. What else do we... Ooh, what's this? There's some kind of panel with 2 buttons on it here. Just push it. That's the invariable principle of buttons. There are such things as buttons left unpushed. Ah! Hey, the giant holographic image had disappeared. Yeah, thought that side of the wall seemed kind of barren without it now. Did it say thought or though? Though that side of the wall seems kind of barren without it now. Still, let's see if we can't find anything new with the image off. Okay. So with it switched off, we might be able to see something else? Like what? Flip it again! Oh! Oh! Crack. Is that a bullet hole? That certainly looks like it could be a bullet hole. With the holographic image off, the screen is completely black. Which, for some reason, makes me think of losing an argument to Prosecutor Blackwell in court. But at least it's got my brain revved up. I come up with my best ideas at times like these. Oh. Hey, Mr. Wright, take a look at this. It looks like a bullet hole. Great find, Athena. It's pretty big. Whoever fired this shot must have been using a pretty large gun. You think so? Based on my experience, I'd say it was fired from a regular pistol. Well, whatever size it was, somebody fired a gun in here, right? Apparently, this is an important fact. Do you see a bullet anywhere? No. The police might have taken it, though. Okay. A single bullet hole was found in the boarding lounge. The bullet itself is missing. Right. Let's ask Detective Fulbright about this bullet hole later. You got it. Right, let's back out of that now. What else can I look at? There's this. That's some pretty futuristic looking furniture over there. According to the pamphlet, those are no ordinary chairs. They're like amusement park teacup rides. You can power them up yourself, it says. If you spin the table, your chair spins too. Why would anybody want to have something like that here? It's for astronauts who have trouble with the device on the ceiling. No vertical spins. It says it's a training device that's easy on the eyes and on the body. Can a person really call themselves an astronaut if they can't handle 0G? We also have this. They're apparently... Oh, these are apparently oxygen capsules. They're for recovery after a training session. I wonder if they can